The defense chiefs from 12 leading democracies have issued a joint statement condemning the deadly use of force by Myanmar security forces against unarmed protesters. The statement is a rare declaration by the most senior military commanders from countries around the world, including in Asia and Europe. The collective joint action against Myanmar's military comes as a result of the brutal crackdown which led to the bloodiest day so far yesterday. Hundreds were killed and injured while thousands remain arrested. The United Nations, meanwhile, has said that it has received reports of scores of killings, including children in Myanmar, in shocking violence by the country's military against protesters. It has confirmed that hundreds were injured and mass arrests took place across 40 locations. The United Nations Special Rapporteur Tom Andrews has urged for robust and coordinated international action against the crackdown.
It has been just a bloody day again. Today, as the military generals celebrate the deaths of the people of Myanmar, and today it's much more higher than 15 people. I have been on the phone today, and now I'm on the phone with people on the ground. They are determined to kill as many as people as possible.
The embassies of the European Union and the United Kingdom have also condemned the killing of unarmed civilians. In a statement, the EU embassy in Yangon said that the 76th Myanmar Armed Forces Day will stay engraved as a day of terror and dishonor. Britain also condemned the killings and said that the security forces have, and I quote, disgraced themselves by shooting unarmed civilians. Now, the Myanmar military, on the other hand, continues to shrug off all international condemnation. Let's quickly get in a sense of perspective. And for that, I'm joined in by our guest, Phil Robertson, who's the Deputy Director at the Asia Division of Human Rights Watch. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining our newscast today. Now, the UN Special Rapporteur Tom Andrews has said that words of condemnation or concern are frankly ringing hollow to the people of Myanmar, and that it was time for the world to take action, if not through the UN Security Council, then through an international emergency summit. What's your assessment?
I think that Tom Andrews is absolutely right. There's a limit to what statements can do. We've seen many statements by different countries. We even saw 12 defense chiefs condemning the military, including the defense chiefs of Japan and South Korea joining that statement. But it's not enough. We need to see a UN Security Council resolution imposing a global arms embargo against the Myanmar military and police. And we need to see targeted sanctions. And if the UN Security Council is not prepared to act because of China and Russia threatening to veto such a resolution, then we need to find another venue. And maybe that is the emergency conference that Tom Andrews is talking about. It certainly would be something that needs to happen very soon because, as we've seen, the Myanmar military is getting more bloodthirsty. Now they're shooting children. We've had 6-year-olds killed. We had a 1-year-old girl who's probably going to lose an eye because she was hit with a rubber bullet. It's just outrageous and unacceptable.
Right, and since you just mentioned about the army, during the Military Day Parade, Myanmar's junta leader, General Min Aung Hlaing, said that the military would protect the people and strive for democracy, which is in sharp contrast to the mass murder of yesterday. Do you see a two-faced strategy by the Myanmar military?
Well, the Myanmar military is lying through their teeth. It's quite clear that they are the problem. They promised to pave a way back to democracy, but they're the ones who shredded the results of the November 2020 election, which most people believe to be credible. They haven't provided any evidence to back up their claim that there was some fundamental problem with broadcasters warning people not to go out and protest or they could face being shot in the head or in the back. This is a two-faced military, a bloodthirsty military. And unfortunately, a number of countries sent their military attachés to Naypyidaw to take in the Armed Forces Parade, including Russia, which sent their deputy defense minister and a number of neighboring countries.
Right. And since you mentioned Russia's presence,